with the next chapter, that is chapter number 2. Chapter number 2, cost of capital. Cost of capital. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, cost of capital. What is this basically? This fundamental, this basics of this cost of capital chapter, no? Very important, very crucial. Okay, right. So this is not just only for IPCC level, this is throughout your life. The word cost of capital, you will listen throughout your life, I'm telling you. Okay, so that's why it's good. You should be careful and you should be learning the fundamentals. Don't expect that these fundamentals, what you're learning now, that will not be repeated by your final teacher. Okay, right. So that's why you have to strengthen this now itself. Sorry, cost of capital. First, capital. Capital means what? Capital means money required for business. Correct. From all sources. From all sources. Correct. All sources to what is that? That could be a debt or that could be equity. Yes. That is debt or equity. Okay, got it. Now the question is, what do I say? It is from all sources, debt or equity. Sorry, cost of debt. What do you mean by cost? Correct, I'll tell you now. See, when I told you already, you are the financial, say you are the financial manager. Correct, na? You are the middleman. That's what I told you. You are the financial manager of the company. Correct, na? You are getting the money from equity shareholders, preference shareholders, that is from the debentures or something like that. You will bring money from different sources. Correct, na? Suppose I am the financial manager. You are one equity shareholder or you are one person out of these three. Okay, na? Right. So now tell me first basic thing. What is basic thing? When I say give me a loan, na? Correct, na? I will ask you. What do you say? Okay, you take. That's all. Huh? No, no. What do you ask? Basic question. Interest is to. Correct. Now what is the rate of interest? Okay, you trust me, you will give money. I have credit worthiness. Okay, fine. All that fine. But end of the day, do you ask interest or not? What is the rate of interest? Do you ask or not? Yes. That means, if I am the financial manager, if I take 1 crore rupees from you, you are giving a loan lender to me, or you are a debenture holder. Yeah, debenture holder, lender, loan, ella unde. Correct, na? So, when you are the debenture holder or when you are the lender, you ask me some rate. Suppose you ask, sir, you have to pay me 10%. 10% rate, I will give you loan, sir, otherwise I don't give. That's you can say. That's your money, na? If not me, you will give it to somebody else here. It's not that you have to give me at free of cost or something like that. No? I hope you understood. So, it is always like that. Okay? We can do it. You can ask some whatever you want. Correct, 10%. In the same fashion, preference shareholders also will ask some percentage. Correct. Equity shareholders, suppose you are the equity shareholder of the company. You will give me money. See, legally you can't go to court, but when you are giving money to me, my financial manager, do you expect return from me or you don't expect anything? Huh? Whether you have right as per the law, do not have right as per the law, that is not important. Correct, na? Right. If you invest into my company by purchasing equity shares of my company, do you expect some return or not? Yes, equity shareholder will be the first person to expect maximum return. Why, sir? Because equity shareholder takes the most risk compared to preference shareholders and compared to debenture holders. Correct, na? Because what is left to him only will come. If nothing is left, you have to keep quiet and go. Got it? So, under that circumstance, okay, under that circumstance, my dear friend, equity shareholder also will expect, but it is not written there. Correct, na? Without expectation, do you give money? Yeah. If there is something, no, I will send you my bank account number here. You transfer how much ever you want. Correct, na? Because you don't expect, na? Correct. If you don't, I will give you a principal. I will give someday. Let's see. Nobody, Guru. If I am investing into Reliance company, a Reliance company share I am purchasing, say today 1000 rupees. What do you expect? I expect the Reliance share value will go up. 1000 rupees today, tomorrow it will go to 1200, 20% return aayega. Or dividend will come some percentage. That's all. Without, oh, correct, without 1 rupee expectation, nobody will do any job. Why are you doing CA first? Tell me. For money only, na? Then investment into equity shareholder. Law and all correct. Fine, it's a game. Correct, na? Law permission, not permission is another point. Do we have expectations or not? Yes. So, let us say my equity shareholders are expecting 15%. Yes, if it is less than 15%, if your company is giving return, simply I will jump. Means if I am the equity shareholder, I will sell off this company share and I will purchase some other company share who is doing good. That's all. So, every person will have some expectations depending on the risks. If somebody is taking more risk, then they will expect more return. If somebody is taking less risk, then obviously they have to expect less return. Hope you understood. Okay, right. So, now let us say, this person has given 4,000 rupees. This person has given 2,000 rupees. This person has given, say, this also has given 4,000 rupees. Totally, we collected 10,000 rupees from different parties. Correct. Right. Now, the question is what? Now the question is what? You collected all these funds from this. Correct, na? Now the question is, simple question. My financial manager is going to invest into somewhere. Correct, na? He's taking, sir, whether gold business is good business, Anta is asking. Suppose gold business says, assume, he is expecting gold business will give pakka 12% return year per annum. Return is always per annum. What did I say? Return is always per annum. Invest rate of ROI, return on investment, per annum only, na? Correct. So return means return on investment, that is generally per annum. Okay, na? Generally 100% per annum. Sorry, na? Right. So it is 12% per annum gold business is going to give us. Tell me, you guys, is it better to go with gold business or not better to go with gold business? Can you answer? Is it gold is good business or not good business, considering 12%? Don't tell me, sir, some other business may be there, na, check karo na, sir. No, gold good, not good. That's all. I don't have comparison here. Fine. Think. How do you say? Good or bad? 12% is good return or bad return. Based on return, you should tell. Right. If you have told some answer, na, that may be wrong answer. Why, sir? Correct, na? Arey Guru, your gold is giving 12%. Because I am telling you, if you take the ownership of the sum, na, then you will give correct answer. Yardo gold business namda illa. Sorry, let them die. Sir is asking some answer kodi. Correct. If you think, that's all, you will never learn subject. Very dangerous. First Guru, listen. I got money 10,000 from 3 people. Correct, na? 3 people have they given free of cost? No. Are they expecting some return back or not? Yes. Correct, na? How much are they expecting? In rupees, if I calculate. 4,000 into 15%. Oh, the 4,000 he gave, so 15% he wants. Okay, that is 600 rupees plus 2,000 into this, 240 rupees. This is equal to 400. Totally all the people I brought, na, I am the financial manager. If I have brought the money from 3 people, I have to give them back. How much I should give them back? That is equal to 1,240 rupees. 1,240 rupees I have to repay them somehow. If I don't, I am telling you, don't talk about law. Okay, law is nonsense, not required right now. This is financial management. You are not a company secretary here. Got it? Right. So, my dear friend, 1,240. Correct, na? 1,240 is 1,240 rupees is what you are supposed to pay. Correct. For what amount? For an amount of 10,000 rupees you brought. So for 10,000 rupees per annum you are supposed to give 1,240. Correct. So that means percentage. For 10,000 rupees, correct, now for 10,000 rupees you have to pay. That is you have to pay means that is your cost. Yes, company's cost, not personal cost. Correct. How much are you supposed to pay? 1,240. Okay, then what is it for 100 rupees, sir? That's all question mark. Okay, got it. Now, cross multiplication. So, how much will it come? 1240 into 100 divided by 10,000. That comes to 12.4%. That means for every, correct na, that means for every rupees 100, for every rupees 100 we have a cost of, rupees 12.4. Rupees 12.4 you are supposed to pay for every 100 rupees you bring from anybody on an average. This is average cost. Got it? So that means you have to pay only from your pocket 12.4 rupees. Correct. Then if the business, gold business gives you 12 rupees, correct na, percentage, correct na, per 100 rupees 12 rupees दिया तो 12.4 कहाँ से pay कर सकता? Financial manager will pay from his pocket da. Why will he pay da? He will take his salary first. Agree? So that's what, my dear. You cannot answer by looking at 12%. First you have to ask cost ಎಷ್ಟು ನಮ್ದು first. Correct na? Because you got the money from other people. You gave commitment to those people. So if you don't know how much is your cost, my dear friend, how do you know? How do you select which business is good business? Now you say, no, this is not good business. Why, sir? It is giving a return less than my cost. Dangerous business. Got it? Sorry. Idhe prakara. Suppose you will find now, suppose say example next business. Textile business I want to do, sir. Okay, textile business. How much return it gives? I am expecting it will give 15% return, sir. Oh, super business here. I like it. Why you like it, sir? Because my cost is how much, sir? My cost is 12.5 rupees. Le lo. Right? I am getting still 2.5 rupees or 2.6 rupees extra I am getting. Or 2.6 also I can give it to equity shareholders. They will be very happy because they are the owners. Got it? That's why first we need to know, to decide the business, we need to know, what are we need to know? We are supposed to know what is my cost. Kya bola? What is my cost? That is what cost. Cost is for, cost on what, sir? Cost for what, sir? Cost for capital. This is cost of capital. What is your capital? Our capital is 10,000. Yeah, this is what I paid. This is for what? That's why cost of capital we call. Hope you understand. Right, that is what cost of capital. Why you need to know cost of capital? If you don't know cost of capital, you can't even select the business. You got my point? You can't even select the business. You can't even select the business which is good to you or which is bad to you. Correct? That's very important. Na? Correct. Suppose if I say, sir, one calculator is there. Okay. Right. You are selling the calculator. Okay. Right. Your father is generally sitting in shop. Today, okay, I came. I am a customer. I'll come and ask, sir, the calculator, okay, good, sir. Can you, how much is this? Okay, I ask you. He says, sir, 200 rupees. Okay, now I'll say, no, 170 ko can you give? If it is 170, I'll take. 2 calculators I want. I'll tell. Got it? Now what do you say? 170. Do you give or do not give? You can't answer this question. Why you can't answer? First cost is to. First you call your father. Papa, cost, right? Somebody has come for calculator. 2 calculator is taking. He's taking like 170 rupees. He's asking, can I give this? Why, sir? Suppose if you give 170 ko de diya. Your father came later. Correct na? You say, so I sold two calculators. I sold. He'll give 2 tappats. That's all. Why? Why means? Arey, cost is 190 da. How can you sell? That means you made 20 rupees loss per calculator. Without knowing the cost, obviously, my dear, you will not be able to decide the things. Okay, that's why that is the importance of cost of capital. You brought the funds from different sources. You are supposed to pay them back. Okay, what you pay, I mean, you call it as interest, you call it as preference dividend, you call it as capital gain, you call it as equity dividend. Names are irrelevant. But we are supposed to give them something, money. That's very important. Okay, that should be, that is that my business should earn more than what we are supposed to pay. Correct na? That's what. Sir, shall we do calculation cost of capital like this? Ashte na, sir. Illa, ICAI wants in different format. Format different, answer same. Okay na? Okay. What is the format, sir? We'll say calculation of cost of capital. Okay. We'll write one word. Calculation of cost of capital. Aitu. Sorry. Now what do you say? First, there are five column table. Okay. First one, source, amount, weight, cost, weight into cost. Okay. This is amount. This is weight. This is cost. weight into cost. Okay, what is the first source? We got the money from equity share capital, preference share capital, debentures. Okay, right. Equity share capital, how much here? Equity share capital 4,000. This is 2,000. This is 4,000. Right. We'll total 10,000. Now weight, how do you calculate, sir? Very simple. 4,000 is how much? What is the weightage of 4,000 on the total capital? That's what means 4 by 10. 4,000 divided by 10,000. You should calculate. It comes to 0.4. Okay. This comes to 0.2. This comes to 0.4. See, if you should total it and it should come 1 always. Sir, my total is equal to 0.99 came, sir. Okay, it will come, I agree. Then what you should do? Go top somewhere 0.01, I mean something you just add somewhere and you make it, ensure that it is total is 1. In case, some places when you calculate, you will get it. I'll tell you that time. Okay, right. Cost is 2. Cost is what their expectation. Still we have to calculate some more, but fine. Here I have given information 15, 12, 10. Okay, 15, 12, 10. Multiply W into C. 15. This is how much? 6. 15 into 0.4, 60. Correct. This is equal to 2.4. This is equal to 4. Total Madi. Total is equal to 12.4. That's it. This is what your cost of capital. This is the format ICAI wants. Same answer. Obviously, answer cannot be different, my dear. Answer cannot be different, but they want in this format. So you also supposed to give in the same format. Got it? Right. See, again, have you taken weights or not? Weights, yes, we have taken. That's why people call it as weighted average cost of capital. Weighted average cost of capital. This is 1. Okay, one more name for cost of capital, you know. What do we say? We will take the project, any project, correct, na? We will take any project which is giving more than 12.4. Agree or not? If it is giving more than 12.4 return, then I will select the project. If it gives less than that, then I will say, sorry, bye-bye, that's all. I will not select the project. Got it? So now the point is, one second. So my selection itself is about 12.4. Correct, na? So that's why this is hurdle, correct, na? Any project should jump above this bar. The hurdle, this is 12.4. If it jumps, that's why this is the hurdle rate and all we'll call. Okay, what is the rate? Hurdle rate. HURDLE, hurdle rate. That is one more name. Okay, na? Right. And one more thing. Isn't it opportunity or not? Opportunity cost. Opportunity, you know spelling. Opportunity cost also will call. What is opportunity? Minimum I have to, correct, na? Minimum I have to get, that is minimum rate of return. One more thing I will say. Minimum rate of return. Minimum rate of return. This is minimum rate of return means that is also a cost of capital. Minimum rate of return also is cost of capital. Okay. Opportunity cost of capital. Yes, this is the basic opportunity, because if I go with any project, that has to give me 12.4 percentage. That has to give me 12.4 percentage. That's why that we call it as minimum. What is that we call? Minimum rate of return. Opportunity cost of capital also we call it. So these are the different names: cost of capital, weighted average cost of capital, hurdle rate, minimum rate of return, opportunity cost of capital. Don't be worried, all these names are there. You are supposed to remember. Are you supposed to remember? Yes, you have to remember, because one name he will use. Then you have to be very careful. If you say I don't know this, what is this percentage? That's all. Over matter. Got it? That's why. Chalo. Sir, that's all, sir. Like this, if I do, they'll give me 6 marks, sir, for this. They will not give 6 marks for this. First of all, 2-3 marks they'll give. Then you told 6 marks, na? Illa. But in the question, you know, they will not give if he numbers 12, 15, or 10 are numbers they don't give. Then how should I do? You only have to calculate it. How to calculate? That is what we are going to discuss now. Okay? Right. I'll try to see. I can give you the formula. Simple. Cost of debenture. Cost of debenture. One formula I can put and give you. But I am not going to give you like this. I am trying to explain the logic behind that. I'll try to derive the formula. Try to digest it. Focus 100%. it's 100% possible for you to get it. Got my point? Sorry. Now what is the one more next point is what? Next point is this, right? I told you I have an option like giving you by heart this formula, KD is equal to this, KP is equal to this, something like that. I'm not taking that option. I'm trying to explain, right? End of the day you have to remember the formulas I already told you, but I'm trying to explain you the logic also. Try to remember the logic as well as formula. That will serve your purpose. What is your purpose? Clearing the examination and getting the knowledge. These two are your purpose. Correct? Na? Both the purposes will be done. Fine. Try your level best and focus. Full 100% attention is very much required. Correct? Na? Right. Chalo. See, cost of debt. First I will start with cost of debt. Right. Cost of debt. ಆಮೇಲೆ cost of preference. ಆಮೇಲೆ cost of loan. Cost of equity. It's totally 5 points. 5 discussions are there. 5 points are there. I feel approximately 2 hours maximum. 2 hours like it. 2 hours to close the discussion. Right. Then only we'll get into the sums. Okay. Chalo. Cost of debt. E cost of word comma we use always capital K. Yeah. This is universal amma. Not only in India. Universal. Financial management is related to entire. Wherever money is there, my management will work. Okay. Universal is. So that's why what people write, KD people write. Capital K, small d. Cost of debt. Okay. If it is cost of preference, okay, na? Cost of preference. Okay. Capital K, small p. That's it. Cost of loans are KL. Cost of equities are KE. That's it. Got my point? The first letter D will become small letter. K, capital K stands for cost. Just remember this basic information. Okay, na? Right. Let us get into the matter. Now, what do I say? Cost of debt. When I say cost of debt. See, what is possible in India is not the only thing you have to consider. Okay, you have to consider totally. Right. Before going to main discussion of debt, I have 2 small points to explain you. Okay, again 100% focus. Very important. Right, because these are the fundamentals. If you do not have perfect understanding, next level of my concept building you will lose the matter. Okay, na? So that's why try your level to focus. If not understood, no problem, just go back to video and again see once again. I'll try my level best. If you are attentive, you'll be able to catch it. Got it? Right. Chalo. See, you are almost like you already entered into tax subject. Maybe completed also, I don't know exactly. But you know about something income tax. Right. Whenever I say tax, my dear, that is income tax. Amma. Okay, na? Right. Sir, GST, sir. No, sir. I don't talk about GST in financial management. Okay? Right. GST, as you know, GST is not the cost to the company. GST is the cost to the customer. Correct? Na? So we talk about company point of view. So GST will not come. Anyhow, that's irrelevant. Whenever I say tax, means income tax. There is no GST and there is no other tax. Okay, income tax. Sorry. One basic question I'll ask you. Think and answer. Okay. If I say, I'll go to one restaurant. Okay, right. Yeah, my food expenses. I went there. 2000 rupees bill bandide. Food bill. Okay, na? Yeah, I'm entity. Entity means entity is I'm the MD or I'm the partner or whatever you say. I went to restaurants. 2000. I ate something. Okay, 2000 rupees bill came. I gave 2000 rupees to that waiter. Correct, na? He paid and came back. That's all. Fine. 2000 rupees is my bill. Bill amount is 2000. It's a company, so tax rate is 30% is applicable. Whatever I give, rate applicable. Okay, na? Right. So 30% tax is applicable to my company. Sorry, sir. Now tell me, what is the real cost to the company? What is my point? I always use the word real cost. Because here, na, in reality, what is it is important. Rather than the bookish or no, I don't want it. Sorry, na? Our knowledge is not required. What is real cost to the company? Tell me, what is real cost to the company? You went to food, you ate food. Okay, company person. Oh, yes. Cost to the company. Yes, company. I will go and give. I ate. I will go and give the bill to the company. Company people will pay me 2,000. Obviously, I paid 2,000 to the waiter. Na? So obviously, I will get 2,000. So what is the cost to the company? Is it 2,000 or less than 2,000 or more than 2,000? What do you say? What's your point? Think. Have you got some answer? Have you reserved something? Right. Listen carefully. Some people must have said, no, 2,000, you bet 2,000 is the cost. Wrong answer. Not correct answer. So 2,000 plus 30%. That is impossible answer. 2,000 plus 30% is impossible answer. Sir, plus illanta minus illa aa tara illa. Think, my dear, what is real cost to the company? See, when you pay how much, my dear? 2,000 you paid. Company paid 2,000. Correct. What is this? Is it food expense or not? Food means expense. That you know. Right. What do they do? Do they take the deduction? Correct answer. They will get, say, example, 10,000 rupees is their profit has come before food expense. Then what do they show to income tax department? Are Guru, 2,000 rupees incurred for this purpose only, I will tell. Business expense. Correct. So 8,000 rupees has come. So this is taxable income. Correct na? 8,000 mele 30%. That is equal to 2,400. Got it? Right. When there is a food expenditure, is there situation number A? Situation number B, whatever. Suppose 10,000, no food expense is there. Example I am saying. So then what is your taxable money? 10,000. If it is taxable money 10,000 means, are you supposed to pay 3,000 rupees or not? Yes. Correct na? That means, have you saved 600 rupees because of the food expense or not? Yes. This is tax saving from food expense. Means what is happening? Observe carefully. In one hand, I am paying to the hotel wala 2,000. Oh sir, 2,000 rupees out. Gone sir. Right. And with another hand, what am I doing? With another hand, I am collecting 600 rupees from income tax department. I am paying less. I am not collecting does not mean they will not come and pay. But I will pay less. Correct na? Right. Less outflow is equal to inflow. Yes, 600 rupees I am getting money. I am saving my money. That means actually this is outflow plus 600 rupees is tax saving. Tax saving. So that means 1400 is what my real 1400 is what real expense or real cost. What is that? 1400 is what real cost to the company. Hope you understood. That means, is there a relation between expenditure and tax? Yes. What is the correct na? What is, if you want to write till this. Done. Now listen. What is happening? That when expense is going up, what is happening? Taxable income is coming down. When taxable income is coming down, tax amount also will come down. That means what relationship you have got? Inverse relation. Ulta. Correct? Inverse relation you have between the expenditure and tax. One is plus means this is minus. This is minus means that is plus. Something like that. Got my point? Right. When expense goes up, taxable income will come down. When taxable income comes down, then taxable profit, taxation, tax amount is going to come down. We have inverse relationship between expense and tax. That's why whenever you talk about a expenditure, any kind of expenditure, you have to consider the tax effect also. Say example, food expense is expense. Correct na? Interest is also expense only or not? Yes, interest is an expense. Correct na? Food place mein if I keep interest, yes, then what do you say? Real interest cost is equal to 1400 rupees. Yeah, obviously. Interest also is a taxable, taxable in the sense it is a deductible expenditure. We are going to cut it from our business income. Interest expense will be deducted. Yes, it will be deducted. That means I give it to the lender 2000 rupees money. I give it to the lender how much? 2000 rupees money. But out of 2000 rupees, I gave, yes, I agree. but this 2000 in my income tax books I'll show I pay 2000. From my profit 2000 is deducted. That means I'll pay less amount of tax. Got it? So I'll get the deduction. So my benefit is 600. So 2000 out, 600 in. That's why 1400 rupees is what my real cost. Got it? 1400 rupees is what my real cost of interest. Real interest cost. Adu food or anything. Okay, now write one sentence. There is, same sentence, there is inverse relation between what? Between expense and tax and tax. So wherever there is expense, one should consider tax effect also. Correct na? Interest is an expense. Interest is an expense as per Act. Act means which Act? Income Tax Act. So we should consider tax effect on it. You should consider tax effect on it. Hope you got it. Sorry, listen carefully. Is 12,000 the 2000 to 1400 it came. Correct na? It is after tax or before tax? This is after tax benefit. Tax considered is after tax. After tax means same. Same means what, sir? Okay, after tax means same na? Before tax into 1 minus t. Any day, that's what. Correct, sir? Let us check. Okay. 2000 into 1 minus 0.3. How much? 0.7. 0.7 into this 1400. That's it. So what is your after tax interest? 1400 rupees. That means before tax interest into 1 minus t. If you multiply, that's all. You will obviously automatically you will reach 1400. Okay, that is after tax interest amount. Hope you understood. Right? Chalo. Let's get into the right. If you want to do something, copy. Yes. Done. This is one small first point. One more small point. Then only I will enter into cost of debt. Then it becomes easy for us. This topic will get over very fast. Okay, right. Because if you don't know these two basic fundamentals are not strong enough, then you can't understand the formula. You have to by heart the formula. That by hearting I hate. Okay, because I can't by heart first. Okay, fine. I always try to understand what is it, and then I'll go ahead. Okay, fine. Chalo. Next small point. Let us try to understand. What do I say? Here you may do some small mistake. Fine. Yeah. There is say bank A, bank name. There is bank B. Okay na? Right. Bank A, bank B. Perfect. I am taking a loan. How much, sir? Both of them are offering 1 lakh rupees loan. Okay. What they say minus, they say processing charges, processing costs or something like that. They will charge something. They don't charge this much, but still I am just putting. One bank is charging 5,000 rupees. Okay, right. So that means what is collected? Net receipt. I mean, they will cut 5,000. They will give 95,000 rupees to your hand. Assume e-bank is not cutting. That's why it is 1 lakh only will come to your hand. Okay na? Sorry. Say 5 years is the loan. Okay. Otherwise, why 5 years? Why 5 years? Only 1 year loan, assume. Just the example. It's 1 year loan. Right. No problem. For better understanding. Fine. 1 year loan. Sorry, sir. Okay. Rate of interest. Rate of interest. Rate of interest. This bank says 10%. This bank says 10.5 percentage. Rate is always on the principal amount. Rate is always on principal amount. Principal amount means they will calculate. They will give 95 to me, but they will calculate on 1 lakh. Anyayana, sir. Correct, anyaya. But that only will happen. You don't have a choice. Rate whatever they give, that is always computed on the 1 lakh money. But you give 195 only, na? Correct. That is not the right way. But still they do calculate. Everybody calculates. Fine. Processing charges are separate. 1 lakh is the loan. That's why 1 lakh mele they will calculate. Okay. Now tell me. Now the question is, which loan do you take? Which loan do you take? Loan A na loan from bank A na bank B na. Correct? What is rate of interest? Real rate. If I ask you, this is coupon rate we call. What is it called? Coupon. Coupon means what is there on the face of it. On the face of it, 10% loan anta they wrote. But it is not 10% actually. Na? Why is not 10%, sir? Arey, tell me really what is lost. See, what is the cost? When I say cost means what you lost. I told you many times in accounting standards. What is cost means what you lost. What you lost, Tell me what you lost. Sir, 5,000 I lost. Yes, you lost. Really you lost. Plus 10% on 10 lakh, that is equal to 10,000. Totally I lost. 15,000 I lost. Here how much I lost? 10,500 I lost. That's it. Correct, na? Percentage you want. Percentage on what? On what you got. Correct, na? See, you are paying these two numbers for a receipt of 95,000 rupees only or not? Yes. So for a receipt of 95,000 rupees. And this 10,000 you paid for a receipt of 1 lakh because you got full 1 lakh. I can't take it here 1 lakh. Wrong answer. Wrong way. You are paying for what? What you gave, what you got. What I gave? 10,000, 15,000 I paid. For what you got? 95,000 rupees. Correct. How you calculate is not at all a matter first. Practically you should calculate real cost. This is real cost. See, if you calculate percentage, kitna aa raha hai? 15% is this. This is 10.5 percentage. See, cheating us. Correct, na? They are. Simply they are saying like 10% loan, 10% loan anta. We also many fools. What you will think? Ayyo, idu 10%, idu 10.5. Oh, so super. See, I know mathematics. 0.5 jasti daily. So idu beda anta will tell. Arey, waste fellow. Correct, correct, na? What is that? It's not that 10% coupon is not the thing, you are supposed to consider reality mein how much you lost for what you got. Reality mein we lost 15%, my dear friend, not 10%. This is a cheating rate. Then we will say, Arey Guru, bank B is best. Reality mein. Hope you understand. That's the minute you catch it, job is over. Real rate. Correct, na? Real rate means, what did I say? What you lost divided by what you gave, otherwise what you gave divided by what you got into 100. Always this is real rate. In reality this is only the one. Hope you understood something. What is real rate? Correct, na? Not the coupon, what is attached to the loan amount. No, that is all illogical, not relevant for our discussion. Okay, na? Right. Fine. So what you do first, you please revise once. I mean just 1 minute what you read so far, just go through. Okay, then you will be able to understand better. Yeah. So now the point is, just a second. Doubts. Yeah, fine. So now I told you, we are supposed to calculate the cost. They do not give. We will do it. Chalo. Cost of debt. Debt means debenture here, because loan I'll do separately. Cost of debt. Capital K, small d. Yeah. When I say it's cost of debt, though, first of all, one more small point. Forgot. Okay. Right. Here, in this, otherwise I'll explain it down. That's better directly. Cost of debt. The debt, for our discussion purpose, we will divide into two types of debt. First one is irredeemable debt. Irredeemable debt. Yeah, this is redeemable debt. This is redeemable debt. Okay, debt is debt, debenture is debenture. Irredeemable, you don't see it in the market generally. Okay, it's a concept where I need to explain you, that's all. Okay, if it is irredeemable, what do you mean by irredeemable, sir? No repayment of principal. Means don't never pay, na? No, we'll pay actually, but we'll pay only on the time of liquidation. That's it. Otherwise you don't get, but you will get lifelong, you will get the interest portion. That is irredeemable. That is the nature. Okay, na? That means no repayment of principal. No repayment of principal. Okay. What is second part? Second part is payment of interest. Every year. Yes, you have to pay every year same amount. Okay, first, are you paying interest or not? Yes. So if interest is expense or not? Yes. So do you get a tax benefit or not? Yes. Because it is an expenditure, inverse relation, just now we spoke. Correct, na? Tax benefit is available. Tax benefit is available. Okay, see, learn this cost of debt correctly, no? Once you learn cost of debt, na, cost of preference is nothing, just like that it will go off. Cost of loan also is nothing, just like that. 5 minutes we will finish the entire topic. That's it. I mean KP, KL, 5 minutes, maximum 10 minutes. Okay, that's it. We will be able to complete. That's why learn the cost of debt correctly. Okay, sir, no repayment of principal, payment of interest every year, tax benefit is available. Agreed. What about redeemable debt? What about redeemable debt? Redeemable debt means what? You have to repay principal. Repay principal. When you have to repay principal after specific time, after specified time. Yeah, specified time. If I say in the redeemable debt, they will tell you very clearly after 5 years. So that means after 5 years you are supposed to pay that. That's all, otherwise nothing. Okay, next is what? Payment of interest every year. Correct, na? Payment of interest every year. Yes, payment of interest. These two actually will be same, Nanna. Yes, you have to pay interest every year means till 5 years. Till the debenture is there, that time we have to pay. Yeah, interest is an expenditure. Yes, that's why I'll get tax benefit even. Correct, na? Yes, that's why these 2 points are remain going to be same. Done. Fine. Now let's focus only on the irredeemable debt. Later we'll move on to redeemable. Okay, na? Right. Listen carefully. Now what is the formula here? Why formula means same formula. Ne? Which formula? This only. What we give, what we got. Correct, na? What we give, interest will give. That's all. Correct, na? Interest will give. That's why interest. Interest is after tax benefit, do you have or not? Yes. So suppose 2000 rupees if you pay interest, actually your cost is equal to 1400 rupees. That means, that's why what do I say? Into 1 minus T I will put. That is real cost to me. Divided by what I got. What I got? If what I got is NR, net receipts, I will say. NR, that is equal to, now onwards I will write, this is net receipts. NR. Net receipts. Okay. Right. Into 100 because we want it in percentage. Got it? Right. Sir, but you saying interest only, na sir? Correct, Amma. But what about processing charges, sir? Correct, na? Are Guru, first listen carefully. I don't take processing. Okay. Processing charges we do not consider in the numerator. Processing or something we do not consider. Why do not consider? See, my dear, if in the above example, if it is for 5000 rupees per 1 year only, this is redeemable debt because you are supposed to pay for within 1 year. Correct, na? I told you, na? 1 year loan, that's it. So 1 year how much we can, even if it is for 5 years, now I'll say if it is 5 years, now 5000 divided by 5 years, that is equal to 1000 rupees per annum, I can tell. But in case of irredeemable debenture, what is the lifetime? What is the, how many years? Infinity. How long the company is there? That long. Even if I say 5000 rupees is expenditure, 5000 divided by infinity is equal to 0. That's why we do not consider it as a cost. I hope you understood. See, if you know specific number of years, then you can calculate. If you do not know specific number of years, then ignore it. That is possible only in redeemable. Irredeemable में कुछ नहीं होता. That is 0 only. Next, whenever I say cost of debt, that is always per annum. That you know. Anything cost is always per annum. We were talking from the beginning. If you okay, from here you just see what is it. Oh, it went. Yuck. See, this is return per annum, correct na? Then this is also cost per annum, this is cost per annum, correct na? Everything cost per annum, return per annum, you are supposed to compare. Everything we are calculating per annum. So since it is for lifelong, this is for irredeemable debt, that means lifelong. Per annum calculation for infinity time it is actually. So whatever, but interest has to be paid every year. That is going to be there. Right, that's why this is interest into 1 minus t divided by net receipts into 100. But idhe processing charge I will consider it in redeemable debt because I know what would it cost to me per annum. Okay, fine. Let us take some small question. Okay, let us say 12% debentures. Okay, issued. Fine. How much are? How much are means, let us say some 10,000 rupees I'll say. Fine, right? And processing charges. Processing, or what we'll say, flotation cost. Flotation cost. We call it as flotation cost. How much flotation cost? Let us say 500 rupees. That is issue expenses basically. What are flotation cost? Issue expenses. Okay, right. So now the question is, what is the tax rate? Let us say tax rate is equal to 30%. This is the basic information. Okay, assume this is irredeemable. Yeah, I have not given number of years, so obviously you have to assume it as irredeemable debentures. Okay, perfect, sir. Now the question, now the basic point. 12% debentures issued, flotation cost is 500, issue expenses, tax is equal to 30%. Cool. Now what is the interest amount you are supposed to pay? Interest amount. Interest is on principal always, on the face. 10,000 into 12%. That is equal to 1200 rupees per annum. Correct. And what is the net receipt? How much you got? How much you got? Actually 10,000 they said, but 500 expenditure aitu. Correct alva? So that's why 9,500 I got it. Perfect. So what is that you what you gave? I gave 1200 rupees per annum. Have you given really 1200? 1200 I gave, but I got the tax benefit. That's why 1 minus 0.3. That means what is your real cost? 1200 into 0.7. 840 is my real cost. For an amount of what? For an amount of 9,500. 9,500 today I received. Lifelong, every year I am supposed to pay 1200, 840 in reality. Oh, that's it. That's it, into 100. So 840 divided by 9,500 into 100. That means real cost to me is equal to 8.84% per annum. This is per annum because the cost is per annum. This is per annum cost. That's it, my dear. That is how you are supposed to calculate. So what is our formula? Interest into 1 minus t divided by what? Divided by net receipts into 100. Right, like this. First, can you copy this portion, because later I will be getting into bigger one. Copy this. Yeah, now let us get into the other part. What is this other part? right, that is redeemable. Listen, to make you understand, I'll take the numbers from the beginning so that you will get better. Fine, chalo देखिए, what do I say? Say debentures. Fine, debentures. Face value is equal to 100. Fine, face value is equal to 100. Okay, yeah, see, you can calculate it per one debenture, you can calculate it for all debentures. Correct na? If you say face value is per 100, for suppose you are giving 2000 debentures, no problem, you can take this total number also. Answer will be same, my dear, it won't change. Okay, yeah, I'll do it for one debenture. Whatever comes for one debenture, that will be same for all debenture, because you are doing it in percentage calculation. It is always per 100, so no big issue. Fine, right, chalo. Next point, face value is equal to 100. Yep, correct. One second, is that my video coming perfectly? Yeah. Yep, sorry. Face value is equal to 100, correct. Next is equal to, what is that? Rate of interest. When I say rate of interest is equal to say 10% rate per annum. This is coupon. Okay, we have to calculate the real rate. Fine, sir. Then tax is equal to how much? Tax is equal to 30% as usual. N, that is number of years. Let us say 5 years is the number of years. Means after 5 years you are supposed to redeem it. Correct. Now N number of years, that is 5 years. Okay. What else I need to provide you? Right. Say processing, other flotation cost. Flotation cost, let's say 5 rupees. 5 rupees per debenture. Okay. Yeah, that's all. 5 rupees per debenture. This is all per debenture I am calculating. Fine. Next, say issue price. At what rate you issued? Assume I issued at face value is equal to 100. Okay. At what rate you issued? At 110 rupees I issued. I issued at premium. Possible. Assume. Okay, na? Right. Redemption value. Redemption value. After 5 years you will be repaying. How much do you repay, sir? I will repay at 120 rupees. I will repay. Correct, na? Okay, fine. This is redemption value. I think I gave all the information. Fine. If it is necessary, I'll give some more data later if required. Mostly I gave everything. Now let us get into the discussion. Now the point is simple, Guru. What is your cost? Our formula, simple formula is same. What I gave divided by what I got. That is the base formula. Don't write this in exam. Okay, right, chalo. Now the point is what we give. What we give here? Do you pay interest or not? Yes, we will give interest. What is your interest per annum? That is what we give. That's all. No, not only that. Correct, na? Yeah. Have you given some other? Correct, na? So otherwise I'll say a small diagram that I'll do. What is your cost? I'll divide this cost into two types of cost. First one is interest cost. Okay, interest. Sir, how much is your interest? Interest rate is 10%. On what you will compute? You will always compute on the face value. That basic, obviously you know it. So interest is equal to 100 into 10%. That is equal to 10 rupees. Okay. Is that real cost? No. I'll get tax benefit. Correct. So minus tax benefit. Tax benefit 30% means 3 rupees. This is real interest, real per annum. This is per annum cost to me because of the interest. Interest is not real cost of interest to the company is equal to 7 rupees. Okay, right. How did you get this? Interest into 1 minus t I did. 10 into 1 minus 0.3, that comes to you 7 rupees it will come. Is that fine? Perfect. So now come down to next point. Only interest is your cost. Sir, I have other cost also. Okay, what is your other cost, sir? Other cost I will tell you, sir. Nodi. Other cost I will write first. Okay, other cost. Other cost. I am changing my issue price to 100 only. Okay, basic understanding 100 is better. Subsequently we will do obviously differently. The other cost mein what do I say? First one cost. What is first one cost? Flotation cost is this one. Flotation. Yeah, flotation cost. Yeah, how much you paid flotation cost? Flotation cost I paid 5 rupees, sir. Oh, 5 rupees you paid, correct. But if 5 rupees is it per annum for all 5 years, sir? Flotation cost means what? Issue expense. You issue one time or every year? One time. One time I issued, 5 rupees I incurred. So this is 5 rupees is for 5 years actually. This is not for 1 year. But here per annum you are doing. Correct na? So that's why you are supposed to do 5 divided by 5, that is 1 rupee per annum you are supposed to calculate. Hope you got my point. Okay, plus that's all? No, that is not the one. Even premium on redemption. Premium on redemption. Are you paying this money also or not? How much you are paying? 120. But you collected how much? 100. Okay, that means how much? 20 rupees you paid premium. Yes. But the 20 rupees is one time payment, every year payment, one time. When do you pay? At year 5. Correct na? See, these two are actually for 5 years once only will pay. This is at beginning of the Y0, that is Y year 1. This is at the end of the year. At the end of the 5th year. Correct. So what is your total cost? 20 plus 5, 25. The 25 cost is for 5 years. So what is per annum other cost? Per annum other cost to you. What is per annum other cost to you? 25 divided by 5 years. That is equal to 5 per annum. Now can I add this 7 plus this 5? Yes. Earlier you cannot add 7 plus 25. Why, sir? Means 7 rupees is per annum cost. 25 is for 5 years cost. No, you should bring it to per annum. Correct. See here I know it is for number of years I know very clearly. That's why I have put 5 years down. I got it per annum. Suppose if it is irredeemable debenture, what do I put here down? I have to put infinity. Correct na? Infinity kiya to 0 aayega answer. That's why we don't consider it for irredeemable debentures. We consider this only for redeemable debentures. Now come to the matter. Fine. So interest cost is this, and this is 7 plus. What is your cost now? I'll say 7 plus 5, the totally per annum cost to me. Right. Sorry sir, shall I put this in the formula? Yes, we can put it. But before putting it into this formula, I suggest you one more small thing. Okay, listen. Yeah, here NR, net receipts. NR means net receipt. Okay, net receipt is how much? Actually your issue, and NR is net receipt. NR is net receipt. How do you get NR, sir? You need a simple issue price minus flotation cost. Minus flotation cost. What is issue price? Issue price is 100 minus 5 rupees. That means I got 95 rupees NR. Right, that is one number. RV, redemption value. This is RV, I'll say. Redemption value. Redemption value is equal to how much? 120. See, you got 5 rupees per annum, na? This 5 rupees you can get it alternatively in this fashion also. How, sir? Because ICA has given this only in the formula. I just want to explain you that same thing. Fine. Now look at this. Redemption value is how much, my dear friend? 120. Done. So what do I say? RV minus NR divided by 5 if I put it. Let's see. 120 minus 120 minus 95 divided by 5 years. N this is. 5 years place में N रखेंगे. N. Fine. That is equal to 120 minus 95. 25. 25 by 5 is equal to 5 per annum. That's all. You can write something flotation cost plus premium divided by 5 years also. If you write also, same answer will come. Or redemption value minus net receipts in divided by n number of years. If you write also, same answer will come. But in ICA formula, they have taken this information. That's why I would like to, because answer is same. It actually doesn't matter. I'll take whatever is followed by ICA. So for unnecessarily why to fight with ICA? Correct, alva? Because both are one and the same. There is no conceptual difference. Perfect. So now listen. 7 plus 5. Correct na? What is 7? 7, how did you get? Interest into 1 minus t. That's how we got. Plus, what is 5? 5, how did I get? 5, what is the redemption value? Minus net receipts divided by n number of years. Divided by, this is what you lost per annum. Divided by what you got. Right. Before you go to, into 100 will come obviously. Right. Before I go to the down, I will say 1 point. See, this is an average cost. What is this called? Average cost. What is it called? Average cost actually. Correct. Sir, average cost. How, sir? I will tell you. I'll prove it. Just give me 1 minute. See, I'll say y0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Y0, what you right now? What do you pay? Flotation cost will pay. Flotation cost will pay 5 rupees. Do you pay every year? No, we don't pay. First day, but the time of issue of debenture, I pay this money. Okay, sorry, sir. Okay, premium. Tell me, premium when do you pay? I don't pay all these years. Last day I paid 20 rupees extra. How do? Premium over. Next, what is interest? Interest is how much you will pay? 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. I pay every year. You understood? Correct. Because this is after tax benefit. Total. What is your total cost for 5 years? Oh, either 5, either 20. 7 into 5, 35. Total it. 25 plus 35. That is equal to 60. This is for 60 is for what? 5 years. So per annum is equal to 60 divided by 5. That is equal to 12 per annum. That means, is it average cost only or not? Yes, it is average cost. Hope you understood my basic point. So that's why, my dear, right, since this is average cost, that numerator is average, denominator also has to be average. Why, sir? My dear, division, the ratio, division talks about relation between numerator and denominator. Getting my point? 2 by 3 if I write. What do you mean by 2 by 3? Out of 3 parts, 2 parts. That's all. The 66.67% means out of 100 mein 66%. There is relation. It's not something different. It is not something different. There is some relation between numerator and denominator. It has to be same. Okay. So that's why average. Sir, average, so how do you calculate? I will tell you. This you may understand, but you may not understand. Doesn't matter. I'll try to explain. You catch it. Okay. See, actually my loan has started at what? My collection is started how much? 95. Is it supposed to reach to 125 rupees of the loan at the 120 rupees of the loan towards the end of 5 years or not? Yes. 95 rupees started. First day I got it. Last day means opening liability. What do I say? Opening liability. This is opening liability. Yes. Last day means after 5 years, am I supposed to pay closing liability? Yes. 120 rupees I am liable to pay. Average, how do you calculate? Opening plus closing divided by 2. That is also an average. You know that. Average debtors, if anybody asks, what do you tell? Opening debtors plus closing debtors divided by 2. So, in the same fashion, here 95 is opening liability, 120 is my closing liability, 95 is nothing but NR, 120 is nothing but my RV. So, hence my dear friend, we will be putting the formula like this. So, that's why RV plus NR divided by 2. Hope you understood. Okay, this is what our cost of debt, redeemable, KD, redeemable, this is the formula. Cost of debt, redeemable, this is the formula. Okay, shall we repeat once again? What is cost of debt? Irredeemable bolo, cost of debt irredeemable bolo, interest into 1 minus T divided by NR into 100. If it is redeemable, interest into 1 minus T plus RV minus NR divided by N whole divided by RV plus NR divided by 2 into 100. This is how we do the cost of debt ka redeemable, irredeemable formula. Okay, right. That is some basic information. We are through with. Okay, now you can copy this portion. Done? Yep. Yeah, if you want to do. Okay, done. Now let us get into the next small topic, that is cost of preference. Cost of preference. Cost of preference. Okay, done. Cost of preference, capital K, small p, KP. Listen, first, cost of preference also, right, we'll discuss in financial management for irredeemable, redeemable. Sir, irredeemable they cannot give, they cannot issue na sir as per law. Correct, I told you na, law you first forget. Okay, because it is not the law. In the question if they ask if there is irredeemable, I told you financial management is not for our country alone. Wherever the money is there, it will, you're supposed to follow. Correct na? Yeah, some other countries will allow you to issue. It's not, Indian law will not permit. Okay, law is one bad thing that you can ignore when you're learning financial statements, financial management. Okay, after financial management you require, obviously, right. Chalo. Now the point is cost of preference. Okay, done. Cost of preference, KP. हाँ, क्या हो रहा है देखो, cost of, it is irredeemable. Irredeemable. हाँ, next redeemable. Right. Right. First to tell me one basic point. What is the basic point, sir? Yeah, otherwise here I can write basic points and here no repayment of principal as usual, same above lines, no repayment. No repayment of principal. Agree. हाँ, next what? This preference dividend every year. Pay preference dividend every year. Okay, done. Next what, sir? Next is no, what is that? Do you get tax benefit? No. Preference as per Income Tax Act, preference dividend is appropriation of profit. That's why you don't get tax benefit. No tax benefit. No tax as per Act. See, tax benefit is as per the Act. No, Income Tax Act, India. No, not only India. Any country may no. It is they won't allow. Fine. Redeemable. Okay, redeemable means what? Say, pay, repay. Correct na? Repay principal. Repay principal after specified time. Right, and these two things will be remaining same. That means you have to give the interest. You have to give the interest for some time. Correct na? That's it. That is normal. There is no big difference. Okay, sorry sir, I too. Next important point. See, first I want, before I get into the formula or something, tell me what is the difference between preference share capital and what is the difference between debenture. Difference between these two, debt and preference share capital. How are these two? I'm telling you, legally don't talk. Legality is not relevant for my financial management. My friend, friend is not friend, senior, very senior actually, some 10 years minimum, maybe more than that. He always used to say, he's IIMS Ahmedabad. Okay, in my village he was my neighbor. Right now I think he's in UK. So as a neighbor he used to come sometimes, and he used to tell me basically, what is that? Ray, you people know law, accounts, tax, management. You people cannot become you cannot become one good financial manager. Why what, sir? We know everything, na? No, the problem with you people, na? That's what he says always. Suppose you are earning something, correct, na? You want to earn, there is a project is there for earnings of 1 crore rupees, right? We'll think when you are getting 1 crore, na, 1 crore will come, how to save tax, how to think about legality, law is there, that, this and all will think. We do not bother first to how to earn. And he says, see, I know only financial management. I don't know about law of the country. I don't know law, I don't know the tax of the country. Correct, na? Fine. So what should I do? I just bother about how to earn money. After earning money, na, he says, okay, out of 1 crore rupees I earn, na, 4 lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees or something, I'll give it to some chartered accountant. Let him bother. He will die for that, and obviously he'll make it legal and he'll try to save the tax for me. That's all. Why should I break my head? Fine, it is taxable. Fine, it's okay. Let me bother about 100 minus 100 lakh minus 30% tax. 70 is mine. I'll just bother about 70. Why should I bother about other things? And sometimes having knowledge of all the subjects, that is also headache. Agree? Yes, obviously. Right. So your focus is on what? That is more important. With respect to financial management, okay, right? Legality ke liye if you try thinking, then your mind will stop working. No, you will not be the good financial manager. Got it? So try to catch in my fashion. Sorry sir. So when it preference share capital, law point of view ignore nanna. Preference share capital and debenture, what is the difference? Yeah, some may say, sir, debenture to you have to pay interest. Preference share capital to you can pay whenever you earn money. Arey, that is again law. You have to earn money, you have to pay them. They can't go to court. But suppose one simple basic thing. I am the company financial manager, you are the preference shareholder. Correct. I took money from you. I am doing business. Right. Now basic question. I didn't earn money. I didn't earn profits. That's why I am not paying you. You can't go to court. Correct? Right. But what do you do? Will you cry or not? You'll cry. Next time I'll come again. I'm issuing once again preference share capital. Will you purchase? What do you tell? Poda ante will tell. Do you agree? I cannot show my face once again in the market if I don't pay. Whether I can pay as per the law or not, legality, that's irrelevant. I have to pay. If I wanted to be in the market means I have to pay. Otherwise my credit worthiness will go down. My credit rating will go down. Nobody will give me loan in the market. Are you getting my point? That's very dangerous. You have to pay. You have to pay not legally, but you have to pay. That is the practically. Okay, hope you understand. If I don't pay to the preference shareholders, my credit rating means people, nobody, if I say tomorrow I need a loan, tomorrow I'm issuing preference share capital, nobody will subscribe my preference share capital. It's practically a big issue. And my rating will be down. Why your rating will be down, sir? Yeah, obviously. This is a very bad financial manager, they'll give 1 mark. That's why you have to take care. Okay? Sorry, got it. See, legality for chhod do. I say in simple words from the financial management angle. Yeah, this is also money. Yes, we got money by issuing preference share capital. Here also we got money. We'll give preference dividend, but preference dividend ka one more name is money. That's it. We'll pay you per annum. How do you calculate? That doesn't matter. Suppose this is also 10%, that is also 10%. Just say example. On 1 lakh 10,000 I'll give it to you. You are preference shareholder. Another person is debenture holder. So what? That person also 10,000 I'll give. You gave me 1 lakh. They gave me 1 lakh. I'll give per annum 10,000, 5 years I'll give. At the end of the day, redemption, I'll give 1 lakh back. I'll give this person also 1 lakh. No difference actually, except tax. Only tax is the problem. That's it. Otherwise, both are one and the same from the financial manager angle. From the financial manager angle, both are one and the same. There is no difference at all. There is no difference at all. Hope you understood. Got it? Chalo, my dear. Now the next point. So since there is no difference at all, my dear, except the tax, I can apply the same formula of cost of debt. So why should I need to calculate once again? Nothing required. First cost of debt formula I'll write. I'll modify the things. What is cost of debt formula? Tell me. Interest into 1 minus tax divided by NR into 100. Correct. Do you get tax benefit? No tax benefit. No tax benefit means 2000 means 2000 a cost nimdu. Right. Do you say interest? No, not interest. That is PD, preference dividend. Name is changed. Just nomenclature is changing. That's it. KD place में क्या आएगा? KP आएगा. This is your formula for cost of preference. That's what fundamental, if you understand correctly, no? You cannot forget the formula. You don't need to buy hard. Do you think I just read everything before taking your class? Nonsense, not required. That's all. Since I know the logic, any day, anytime I can start. You also can do that same job. Fine, done. Next, come to this point. Cost of preference. What is our first KD formula? लिखो. KD formula क्या है? KD formula क्या है? Interest into 1 minus tax plus RV minus NR divided by N whole divided by RV plus NR divided by 2 into 100. This is our KD formula. Right? As usual. Interest do you pay? No, interest we pay money, but that name is preference dividend. Do you get tax benefit? No, I am not getting. That's why remove it. That's it. So KD place में क्या आएगा? KP आएगा. That's it. This is your formula. KP is equal to PD plus RV minus NR divided by N whole divided by RV plus NR. Correct na? RV plus NR divided by 2 into 100. Like that. That's it, my dear. Cost of preference is over. Shall we go ahead? Yes. So copy this. Done. Next, small topic. Cost of loan. Okay, cost of loan. Let me explain. Cost of loan, capital K cost, small l loan. Okay. Sir, loan debt ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹೌದು, actually loan is equal to debt. Right. So can we use same formula, sir? Yeah, obviously we'll use same formula, but slight, no great change. I say loan anta, what about is there processing cost? Is there processing cost? Question. First we will ask. Okay. See, loan mein irredeemable loan, it won't be there. Okay, yeah. So don't tell me such new concepts. Loan is always redeemable. Okay, right. So now the question is there any processing cost? I say yes, and I say no. If you say yes, na, then that is example same as KD. Same KD, redeemable formula. That means we'll write KL is equal to, yes, here also interest, here also tax benefit will come, plus RV minus NR divided by N whole divided by RV plus NR divided by 2. Like that we'll do it. Same formula, no change. Okay, right. Chalo. Now, sir, if there is no processing cost, see, actually same formula I'll write first. Then I'll start modifying things. Okay, I'll write first interest into 1 minus T plus RV minus NR divided by N whole divided by RV plus NR divided by 2 into 100. Into 100 will be there, that's okay. Okay, right, here also 100. One basic question. If it is a loan, okay, loan amount is equal to say 100. No processing charge means NR is equal to how much? NR is equal to also 100. Eh? Correct. Redemption value, do you give premium? If you take loan from bank 1 lakh rupees, you will give 1,20,000. Nobody will give. Correct na? So 100 is redemption value. It's not a debenture. It's a loan. Correct na? A loan. So NR is equal to RV. Just think of RV is equal to 100 minus 100 is equal to 0. 0 divided by N, anything. 0 divided by anything is equal to 0. That's why you answer fully, it will become 0. That's why do you need to have this? Not required. That's why I removed. Hope you understood. NR minus RV, 100 minus 100. 0 by anything is 0. That's why I removed that portion. Got it. Next. Sorry, 100 plus 100 by 2 is how much? 100. Eh? Correct now. RV is how much? 100. NR is how much? 100. Divided by 2, 100. Eh? That's why instead of writing RV or NR, simply we will write loan amount. What will write? Loan amount. That's all, my dear. This is our formula. KL is, if there is no processing cost, you can apply directly like this. KL is equal to interest into 1 minus T divided by loan amount into 100. Over. Right. I'll take one small sum. I'll refine it further. Okay. Right. What is that? Say loan is equal to 5 lakh. Rate of interest R is equal to say 12%. Tax is equal to 30%. Right. What is the interest amount? Interest is equal to 5 lakh into this 12 5 60 60,000. Correct. So how do I apply formula? So 60,000 into 1 minus 0.3 divided by loan amount, correct na, into 100. Am I right? Right. Now look at, I applied this formula. Okay, cool. Now just write. I know answer. Obviously 8.4, correct na? 12 into 0.7. 8.4 will come. Okay, I know that. I don't need the answer from you. Fine. Right. Now look at. Just try to catch it. How am I doing it? Observe na. E2 zeros, 2 zeros over. Correct na? E3 zeros over. 5 ones, 5 12s. Yeah, 12 5 60. Correct na? Observe na. E12 is equal to R12. Exactly, it has to be. Obviously na. 5 lakh into 12% is 60,000 came, no? That means what is your revised KL is equal to a shorter way. What is shorter way? Tell me. 12% is means what? Rate of interest, not interest amount. Rate of interest into 1 minus T. Like this you can make further simple formula. KL you can apply this formula. Sir, I am little lazy, sir. Okay, follow this formula. Both will give obviously same answer. Hope you are following. Okay, right. This is the way. So far what we completed, my dear? KD over, KP over, KE over. Sorry, not KE, KL over. Now we are actually left with cost of equity plus cost of retained earnings. That is reserves and surplus basically. These two and some bits are there. Once I explain that, explanation portion will get over. Then we'll get into the sums part. Right. So just to do one small part. Revise just all these formulas so far for 5 minutes. Okay, right. Yeah, let us now start with the cost of equity. Okay, see, with respect to cost of, okay, I'll tell you, let me write cost of equity, KE. Let me tell you this. See, cost of equity calculation is little different. Why? With respect to cost of debt, there is some rate. I know how much I am supposed to pay. With respect to KP also, there is some rate. I know how much I should pay. Correct? See, basic. If it is a loan rate, interest rate will be there. So in all these three things, we know how much we are supposed to pay as per the agreement. We don't pay 1 rupee also extra. We don't pay 1 rupee less also, because if we pay less, then we will go to court also. Correct. Fine. We have to pay that agreed amount, very clearly known to us. Got it? Right. So now the question is here. With respect to cost of equity, equity shareholders, so rate will not be there now, obviously. Correct. So there is no rate like how much you should pay. That is depending upon the management companies, whatever profits and etc. Something is there. But still, if you are equity shareholder, do you expect something from the company or not? Yes. Without expectation, nobody will give any money to the company. Correct, na? Do you give some money? Yeah. I told you already. I will give you bank account number. You transfer how much ever you want, because you don't have expectations. Correct, na? Yeah. If you are paying something, you should get expectation. Something you will have expectation. I should get more than this. That's it. So considering all that things, I have, yeah, 1 second. Fine. So yeah, here there is a point is this. When you say cost of equity, in case of cost of equity, actually it's all based on assumptions, purely based on assumptions. Why like that? It is the reason we don't know exactly rate how much you should pay, how much is people are expecting, we are calculating. We don't know, but we are calculating. So how do you know exactly? Nobody knows exactly. So it's based on assumptions we are doing. There are actually 3 models. Actually there are more than 3 models. That is discounted model. One more model is there that you will learn in capital budgeting chapter. Automatically you will learn. I need not tell. Fine, right. That if you don't learn also, there is no big issue. Okay, right. So these 3 models are crucial to you. Those 3 models I am explaining you. Fine. Now the basic point. Okay, listen carefully. First model, first let me name it. This model is called dividend model. Dividend model. Okay, dividend model. Done. Next one is what, sir? Next one is earnings model. Sir, earnings or dividends both are different. Yes, both are different. Earnings model. Next name is called CAPM. Okay, what is it? Capital Asset Pricing Model. Capital Asset Pricing Model. That is CAPM model. What is it, sir? We will come to this little later. That time little bit I will explain. Okay, right. What is dividend? What is dividend? What is earning? I will tell you. See, a company earns this much. Say company earnings in the current year. This year, current year example, we earned 100 rupees. But out of earnings we will give dividend. Say I gave dividend of 60. This 40 is called retained earnings. Retained earnings. Earning is different, dividend is different. Okay, out of earnings dividend will be paid. Got my point? Yes. So some people follow dividend model, some people follow earnings model. Dividend model nalli further there are 2 more sub models. Earnings nalli also again further there are 2 sub models. CAPM only 1. Fine. So in case of dividend model, okay, in case of dividend model, see, observe what is happening. In case of dividend model, if you say this is without growth, that is what? Without growth. Without growth. This is with growth. Same here also. Without growth, with growth. Right. See, my dear, I'll just explain you very basic thing. Okay, na? Right. Because this is linked to time value of money. That is part of capital budgeting actually. Capital budgeting nalli. Yes, when I teach capital budgeting, obviously I will only link it. You don't need to remember. I will remember. Right. For the time being, what you should do, just remember what I said. That's it. Follow. Just for the time being by heart madi. Okay, yes, by heart madi. But I'll give you a guarantee. I will explain you this concept. Okay, I will only explain. You don't need to. Don't need to. Like sir may forget. No, sir will not forget. Sorry, na? Right. So if it is dividend model, under dividend model, cost of equity is equal to D1 dividend divided by NR into 100. That is. Sir, what is D1, sir? D1 is equal to what? Future dividend. Future dividend or dividend at Y1, dividend at the end of the first year, dividend at the end of the first year. This also we can talk, this also we can. First year, FIRST, first year, anyone you can take. Dividend at the end of the first year. Okay, sorry, got it. Next, NR means, NR is as usual here. NR means what? Issue price minus issue expenses. That is flotation cost and all issue expenses. That's it. 100 is 100. Finish. Suppose with growth means what? Dividend is growing every year some percentage. 2%, 3% is growing example. Then what is your formula? KE is equal to D1 divided by NR into 100, small bracket for our understanding, plus G, growth rate. G, everything is same, just G you are supposed to add it. Got it? Just G. Okay, I'll give you a small sum. Okay, you try, let's see whether you calculate correctly or not. Say D1 is equal to 2 rupees or 20 rupees le lo. Okay, NR is equal to 200 rupees, G is equal to 10 percentage. Growth rate percentage always. Okay, right. Just calculate on your own. How much you got? Yeah, some people must have done 20 divided by 200 into 100 plus 10 percentage. Some people must have got what? 20 divided by 200. Oh, how much here? 10. No, 10 means 11. Correct. Na? Some people must have got 11 percentage. Right, that 11% is perfectly wrong answer. Why? Why means, Arey Guru, E number how much you got? E number is 10%. This is 10% because you already multiplied with 100. Plus 100 plus 10%. 10% plus 10% is equal to, both are percentage, na? You shouldn't apply percentage button. Most of you must have, I know that. Correct, na? That is, suppose just you should add it. That's all. 2% plus 3% means what you will tell? 2 plus 3 percentage you will type. No, both are percentages. Simply addition, that's it. So 10 plus 10, 20%. Why I gave this small sum? Because you do mistake. Many of you must have done mistake. Okay, some of you yes must have done correctly also, I agree. Mistake possible. It is just supposed to be added. That's it. No percentage button. Percentage button is not relevant and not required. Okay, this is with respect to what, my dear friend? Dividend model. In case of earnings model, in the place of dividend, we'll say earnings at the end of the first year. That's it. Balance ella same. That is equal to NR into 100. Here same thing. E1 divided by NR into 100 plus G. That's all. Okay, you understood? Right. Sometimes, right. See what is the right. One more point I would like to say. They say what? Say past dividend they will give. What they will give? Past dividend they will give. Past dividend we will call it as D0. Means which is already paid. Past is over. Recently paid. Or latest dividend. Latest dividend. Latest dividend how much, sir? Latest dividend is equal to 10 rupees. That is equal to D0. Okay, what is the growth rate? Growth rate is equal to 5% is growth rate, sir. Okay, no problem. So, but I need what? I need D1. Correct, na? I need D1. So, D1 is equal to how much? What is future? Very simple. Very simple means 10 is last dividend. Every year it goes by 5%. That means 10 plus 5%. This is rupees. This is percentage. So, you have to apply percentage button. So, that's why 10.5 you are supposed to. ED1 you will be taking it over there. 10.5 you have to take it. Okay. So, you will just write 10.5. That means D1 is equal to, in simple fashion, I am writing D0 whatever is there plus growth rate if you apply. That's all. Sometimes because they will give D0. That's why you have to read the question very carefully. Have they given past dividend or have they given future dividend? That they don't tell. They will tell it in the wordings. They don't tell D1 is equal to this much. That we are supposed to read and understand from the question. Most of the times what happens, in case of financial management, many students who couldn't clear an example, they couldn't clear because of they couldn't read it correctly. They don't read, they are not have. That's why I told you, practice. Unless until if you practice it number of times, otherwise it is not easy to read, understand and follow it in the exam, because already you must be tensed. Correct, na? Right. That's why practice. If you do, tension will come down. Right. Hope you are doing good practice. Chalo. So now this is basic. D0 is equal to, you should note down all this. Okay. D0 is equal, D1 is equal to, D0 I wrote. D1 is equal to D0 plus G. Okay. Right. That is the matter. Now chalo. Next point. Sir, why people sometime correct na? Yes, why you are taking D1 here, why you are taking E1 here? There is a logic even for this. I'll tell you. Look at this example. This is an explanation. Okay, A, there is one company, B, another company. Okay, just think. Practical. Don't write anything. Think. Yeah, E company earnings. E company earnings is equal to 100. E company gave a dividend of 40. Or 20 they gave. E company earnings 80. But they gave 60. Now tell me. There are two types of shareholders in the market. One is very big. Okay, like owners kind of. Suppose Reliance Ambani, Mukesh Ambani is one holder. Correct na? Or me Ravikant, one small shareholder. Correct na? Is big man, this is small man. Correct na? Obviously. Now, what Ravikant will like out of these? Which company does Ravikant like out of A and B? Which company Ambani likes? A out of A and B, which company Ambani will bother like or Ravikant will like? I'll tell you frankly, Ravikant will like B. Why? What they earn, how does it matter? What they give me is matter. Why sir, why are you telling me like that? Correct da, 60, correct na. See, I am not going to be in this company for lifelong, that is for sure. Whenever I need money, I will sell the share, I will get my money back. Or when I find one more company doing better, means I'll jump into that company. That's all, because I am not the permanent person, no, here. Correct. So that's why what do I bother? What I get, I'll bother. The company is paying me more money, that's why I'll bother about dividend. Like me, persons will follow dividend model. They bother dividend. But Ambani kind of persons, correct? Ambani purchase means Ambani will not buy one share, 2 share, 3 shares. Ambani will buy company ne. Or major stake. Very good big percentage, 20-30% of the company will buy, or 50+% they can buy. Correct na? Big people, their thinking is not that for short term, their thinking is obviously for long term, very long term. Are you getting my dear friend? That's why these people bother about earning. See, company is able to earn 100 rupees. They pay, do not pay, how does it matter? They are earning, they look at the earning capacity. So in the market, there are different type of people. Some people bother about what they get, that is dividend. Some other people will bother about what the company earns. Ambani type of people will follow, what is that? Earnings model. Ravikant type of people, correct na, will follow dividend model. Tell me, how many Ambanis are there in the market? I mean, Ambani is one only, I know. But Ambani type of people, you can count here, that's all. But Ravikant type of people, all are Ravikant type of people. That's why dividend model is famous. Okay, right. So everybody will follow dividend model. But if the question specifically asking you to follow the earnings model, no follow. Sir, question kuch nahi bola, sir. Question is silent, sir. You follow dividend model. Is that clear? Yes. Question does not say any. If question is silent, you should follow dividend model. If question is saying clearly follow earnings, means then you follow earnings. Why this is means, I told you, our kind of people will be more and more rather than these big investors. Those big investors, I told you, hardly countable number. Fingertips mein, correct na? You can count like this. Okay, 100 people, 200 people, 500 people. But here really crores of people will be like us. Hope you understood. Chalo, let's do the next one. CAPM model. Okay. With respect to CAPM model, right? When I say CAPM model, capital asset pricing. Actually, my model is CA final related info. CA final syllabus nana. Correctly speaking, CA final. But in the book, they gave little bit basic information. They gave very basic. In final, you have to learn how this formula has come. So many things. That all I need. I don't explain. I'll just give you the. I don't explain how it is going to come also. See, for these first two things, I promised I'll explain. This thing I don't explain because you can't understand. I already told you this matter. Why, sir? I'll tell you. Okay, cost of equity is equal to. Okay, what is cost of equity is equal to? RF plus beta into RM minus RF. Okay, RF plus beta into RM minus RF. This is the formula. See, beta is there. Do you know what is it, beta? Beta means risk anta, I told you, that's it. That thing you know how to calculate beta. Yeah, all that you have to do it in final. Sir, first what is RF, sir? RF means what, sir? RF means risk-free rate of return. Risk-free rate of return. What is risk-free rate of return? That is nothing but bank rate, amma. If you go to bank and deposit, na, pakka your money will come back. Correct. Banks guarantee, pakka. Correct, na? Bank rate. Or RBI rate, you can say. Or RBI, you know. Correct, na? Or you can say Government of India bond rate. It's Government of India. Yeah, any government for that sake. Government bonds are secured. Risk-free. No risk. Government bond rate. GOI stands for Government of India. G for government, O for of, I for India. Okay, right. So this all they will give information. You don't need to go to Government of India. Okay, sorry. RM, sir. RM ante yen, sir. RM ante market rate of return. Market rate of return. What I say? Market rate of return. So RM में क्या मिलेगा सर आपको? RM में what do we get? RM में what do I say? Market rate of return means nothing. Market is giving how much rate in the generally share market. Okay, not care market. Okay, done. Next, beta. Beta is equal to risk factor. Everything they will give. Nothing you need to put it in formula and you just get to calculate. Okay, na? Right. Chalo. Next point, sir. What is next point? What do I say once? Right. Next, one more word is there actually. See, RM minus RF we have. Yeah, we'll get RM, F, correct. Na? But there is one more name for this. Nana. RM minus RF is equal to, what I say? RM minus RF is equal to, we call it as risk premium. We call. What do we call? Risk premium. You should be aware of it. Why, sir? Because in many sums, they will tell risk premium. If you don't know what do you mean by risk premium is nothing but suppose risk premium is equal to 8%. 8% means in this beta into 8% directly you should multiply. You should be remembering. Okay, this is risk premium 8%. That's all. This is about the formula. I don't explain how logic. I am not promising you also. Right. I told you the first two things. This I will explain obviously in capital budgeting chapter. I told you. You need not bother. I will explain that. Fine. So can you copy this part? Chalo. Earnings model you must have written. Yeah. You can write one point just for this understanding purpose. Long-term investors give value to earnings. Give more value, you write. More value to earnings. Hence, they follow earnings model. Yeah, short-term investors means we don't. We are not permanent kind of people. Today we bought, tomorrow we did not like. Sell. That's it. Correct, na? So short-term investors give more value to dividend. Right. So follow dividend model. Right. If no information given, if no information is given, what are you supposed to do? We follow dividend model. Okay, follow dividend model. That's it. That is the basic point. Yeah, I am left with one more small topic. It will take hardly 5-10 minutes. Means we are done with the explanation. Okay, right. Hope you completed writing. Yes. Now the next last topic, that is formulas wise, cost of retained earnings. Cost of retained earnings. See, these things when you learn it practically and when you have the logic of it, when you go to companies, is all important. Financial management mates anybody requires. So that time you will be able to apply this. But this is not just answering one question in the examination. No, examination may all will be given in a half page, question related. But in practically company may watch correct a number of things will be available. Which one is suitable? What should I take? That's what crucial. Na? See, end of the day, once you become CA, you should be useful to some company. Otherwise, then you don't get respect. Na? That's end of the day. Anything that's always important. Sorry. Retained earnings and the first. Retained earnings, when will it come? Tell me first. Say example. EBIT first we'll say. Some X number. Out of this, debenture holders ka interest will pay over. This is earnings before tax. Income tax government ko will pay. Okay, something left. From this we'll give to preference shareholders. PD will pay. This is what available to equity shareholders. But out of equity shareholders, this money I will give dividend, some X money I will give. So E leftover is nothing but retained earnings. E money is related to whom? Actually, this entire money is related to equity shareholders. Say this money is given today. This money will be given maybe later in the life. Yes. So E retained earnings are purely related to whom? Equity shareholders. So you will write retained earnings RE are related to equity shareholders. Agree? Right. One basic question I'll ask you. You be there in the situation and answer. Assume you gave me loan. Okay. How much, sir? Let us say 1 lakh rupees you gave loan to me. Loan you gave me. Okay, na? You are the lender. Okay. You say 20% I'll charge you, Ravikant, sir. Fine, I agreed. At the end of the first year you came. Correct? Sir, give me 20,000. Interest. Agreed. Every year I'll pay interest. After 5 years, principal will be paid. I understanding. Or first year, how much I should pay? 20,000 I should pay. I told I don't have 20,000 right now. I'll give you 10,000. Balance 10,000. Next year you will come. That time I'll pay. Okay, you agreed. You are a very good person. Sorry, na? Right. So 20,000 mein 10,000 you have. I gave you balance 10,000. I said I'll give you later. Okay. Second year, yeah, you came again. Now if I give you 20,000 for the current year plus 10,000 rupees for last year, I will give you 30,000 rupees to you. Do you agree to this or do not agree? What do you say? Are you happy, not happy? If you are thinking like as if it is your money, you would have not been happy. Why? Why means, sir, 20,000 okay, but 10,000 you should pay me when? At Y1. But you are paying me at when? At Y2, at the end of the second year. It means you should pay me interest even on this 10,000 also, na sir? Correct. So 10,000 may interest how much? 2,000. So pay me 32,000 and you must have got 32,000 rupees from me. You will not be happy to receive only 30,000. Correct, na? If you had paid me that day itself, full money if you had given me, I would have not asked this. Same thing, think here. Yeah, say example, company earned 100. Correct, na? 40 company gave me. Actually, I am eligible for 100 full money. Whatever the reason, company kept with it. 60 rupees company kept with it. Correct, na? On the 60 also, do I expect return or not? Yes, how? Same, like 10,000 mele, are you expecting 2,000 or not? Yes, same thing. On 60,000 rupees retained earnings also, equity shareholders will expect. Otherwise, what equity shareholder will tell? You should have given me full 100. I would have taken this money to the banker. At least banker should have paid some chiller money, dada. You kept with yourself. Correct, na? 1 year aaytu, 2 years aaytu, you are not paying me, and you say don't give me anything on it. That's illogical, no? That's why, yes, people do expect. Obviously, you will expect. We have to expect. That is only correct. Okay, we expect on the retained earnings. That's why it is cost of retained earnings. Equity share capital, cost of equity is nothing but equity also equity share capital, equity shareholders money ne. Cost of retained earnings also, that is also equity shareholders money ne. That's why, because it is both related to same person, cost of equity is equal to cost of retained earnings karke I will tell one point. Basic level. Sir, both are same. Yes, both are same. But slight change will be there. Okay, what is the change, sir? First, cost of equity formula I will tell. What is cost of equity formula? Dividend model assume. D1 divided by NR, correct na, into 100 plus G if any. Okay, sir. NR means what? D1 divided by, NR means net receipt. Net receipt, how do you get? Issue price minus issue expenses into 100 plus G. This is cost of equity. One basic question to you. With respect to equity shares, when you are issuing, you will be spending issue expenses. I agree. But with respect to retained earnings, are you issuing something? No, you earned, you are keeping with you. There won't be any issue expenses. Got it? That's why, with respect to, correct, now if you write here cost of retained earnings, when you write it, issue expenses will be impossible to spend. Issue expense should be removed. That means what is our refined formula? D1 divided by issue price into 100 plus G if there is any. Hope you understand. Retained earnings means it is already with the company. It is not that we should issue and people will pay me money. No, it is in the hands of the company already. It is not something to be received and I will pay brokerage or something. Nothing like that. Hope you understand. That's why issue expense will be removed while calculating. While calculating what? While calculating retained cost of retained earnings. Hope you understood. Okay, chalo. Now the next K, that's what KRE, when you say only issue price will come. Okay, that's it, my dear. With this, we are through with all the formulas. Some important points, actually, some 2-3 points are there, Nana. Important points. Okay, that once you note it, na, we'll be through with this topic. We'll enter into the, what is that, chapter. Yes, we'll enter into the chapter. Now listen carefully. Important points. First point, when I say issue expenses, na, issue expense is always computed on issue price. Issue price, not on the face value. No, not on the face value. And the answer, say I will say face value is equal to 100. I am issuing at 150 premium. When I say brokerage or issue expenses or flotation cost, 10%, say example, if I say 10% should be computed on 100 or 10% should be computed on 150, na? On 150. So 150 into 10%, that comes to 15. Hope you understood. Issue expenses are always computed on issue price. Remember this. Second important point. Right. If no information given, redemption value is equal to face value. That's it. What can we do? Correct, na? No information given, the redemption value is equal to, we'll assume that it is redeemed at the same amount. Okay, that is the number. Third one. And third important point, what would I say? Right, priority for what? What is the priority, or priority for what? Priority for issue price. So what is this? I'll tell you, just listen. Priority number 1. If issue price is given in the question, we will take issue price. Issue price or sale price, selling price. Yeah, if given in the question, no, then we'll take that. In questions, many we'll read now. We'll do the sum. They'll give directly issue price is this much. Finish matter. I know it, the number. Sometimes what happens, they don't give issue price. If they don't give issue price, but they will give what they will give market value is equal to this and face value is equal to, market value is equal to say 120, face value is equal to 100. If you are the financial manager of the company, you will issue the shares at 100 or 120. Yeah, you're right. Obviously, you should issue at 120. Why 120, sir? Sir, Nimdudu, sir. You want 120 or want 100? People are purchasing in the market your shares at what? 120. So then why should I issue at 100? What is the logic? People are ready to pay 120. So I hope you understood. So when both are given, then we will take market value, market price. Right. When is this when are you supposed to go to market price? When A is not, if A is not available. Arthaita? Sorry, C. What is it here? See, suppose e market value information also not given. We are left with only face value. Correct, na? Yes, face value. When do you go with face value? If A and B both are not available. Sir, face value also not given, certain question. Yes, it happens. In some questions you will not find face value also. No problem. We assume face value. That's it. Assume face value. Yeah, assume face value as 100. No, sir, I'll assume as a 10. You assume whatever you want. But when I'm solving the sums, I'll be assuming it as 100, my dear. Your choice, nothing wrong. You assume 1000 also, I don't have problem. Okay, right, like that. These are all the points. Fine. I want you to revise all the formulas. Revise. If you revise it, if you practice it again and again, then you will get command. Revise what? Revise what is that? Leverages be revised karo, plus and cost of capital be revised karo. And everything, if you revise it, then you will be, that's what. Daily 16 days, if you spend at least 15 minutes to half an hour time, if you spend for revision, that's it, you will get great command. Just follow me, I told you, 16 days, just follow me. I will ensure 50 marks minimum out of 60 marks. Got it? Right. So, explanation part is over. Let us enter into the sums in some time. Okay.